welcome in, welcome in. We're going to get started. Today we're going to be talking about why your health deserves a reset in 2025, and specifically going into the hidden signs of insulin resistance and talking about how many people don't even realize that they're insulin resistant because they don't know the signs of insulin resistance. They only know something is wrong when they're diagnosed with pre-diabetes or diabetes. And so this is why you deserve a health reset in 2025. So if you are somebody who knows that you are suffering from insulin resistance, or you know that somebody in your life is, share this live. If you know that somebody in your life has diabetes, share it with them. Or if you have diabetes yourself, this is going to be the live for you. How are you doing? Hi, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I'm so grateful for today. It is Sunday. So thank you to everybody who is here currently right now. Like I said, we're going to be talking about why you deserve to reset your health. So welcome in, everyone. If you are new here, hi, my name is Kendra, first of all. I am a plant-based lifestyle strategist, so I'm here to help you understand what is going on in the body and really breaking down natural healing and your natural design, and understanding how we have gotten away from that natural healing, natural lifestyle, and we've gone to a bunch of processed temporary fixes, momentary facades and band-aids, diet culture, and all these other paths that we don't need to be down. And truly, it's doing us a disservice because we don't understand the natural signs that come from our body to let us know that something is going wrong. And so we sit here and we try to figure out how we develop insulin resistance, how we develop diabetes, how we have pre-diabetes, how we have all these different diseases going on. And it's because we've ignored the signs that come from our body from years. And so we're going to be talking about different signs from insulin resistance, for example, for today, and the hidden signs that people ignore, because after so long of you eating these toxic chemicals, you sitting here putting toxic chemicals on your body, and you not showing your body the love that it deserves and that it wants, it's going to, in a way, shut itself off. Even though it's still going to do the functions and the signs, your subconscious and conscious mind are no longer going to recognize those. And so from a very, very young age, you've been throwing off your system, and you've been doing different things to your body, not knowing that it's harming you and it's poisoning you, and you don't see the signs because you're not putting two and two together, that your food should be used as medicine and the products that you use can harm you or help you. And so when you don't put those things together, you don't really ever understand the true authentic design of your body and how your body is naturally healing. So not only do you realize, the one, how powerful your body is when you start consuming the way that you should be and putting the correct things on your body and using the correct kind of products, but you also start to realize the agenda that is against your health and how they've been profiting on you for years, and how the things that are going on inside of your body do not need to be managed with a prescription. They don't need to be managed with these different things of diet culture and everything else that they're teaching you, but rather you need to focus on how you help yourself heal from the inside out and support that, because your body naturally does it on its own if it's supported and not blocked. So you have to get to the root cause of, okay, what is blocking me? And so today I'm here to share with you to understand these blocks and literally change your life as somebody who not only shifted my whole lifestyle by going plant-based 4 years ago, but also started to understand the signs of insulin resistance and understanding the root cause of type 2 diabetes, and understanding the causes that are at an all-time high when it comes to these chronic illnesses and diseases and cancer that we have going through our society that nobody is really addressing, because we just keep doing the same thing and sit here and talk about the fact that, oh, it runs through my family. But we're in a health crisis. It's not because it runs through your family. It's because everybody has these same terrible toxic habits. And so we continuously do the same thing. And we're silently stealing our own quality of life because we're not realizing the fact that we're poisoning ourselves with the habits that we have. And so the kicker is that people believe that when they get diagnosed with something, that it's a lifetime term. Like they will no longer be able to be non-diabetic. They won't be able to release all these different things. But in reality, it's never too late. Regardless if you have type 2, type 3, it's not too late. If you start changing and do the strategies that I support you with and actually understanding how your body heals itself, it's not too late. People sit here and believe that their body is just designed to do these things, of breaking itself down, struggling, thanks to these gifts. But in reality, if you really sit back and you observe, the breakdown is your body telling you that you're unaliving. The breakdown is your body telling you that something is off and something is wrong. So in order for you to release that breakdown, you have to get rid of the block. So the block is you not realizing what the root cause of the issues, the stemming point of how this all started to manifest and start to actually thrive inside of your body. Because if your body's a healing vessel, right, it shouldn't be thriving. And so once you realize that, okay, so there's obviously something that it's feeding off of. The disease has to feed off of something. You will realize very quickly that when you know better, you can do better. So you have to get away from what you've been doing in order for you to realize the new habits that you have to establish so that you can do better and empower yourself in this space so that you empower yourself with the knowledge that you deserve and that you need. So before we dive in, I want to let you know that where are you coming from? Where is everybody at? How is your health going? How is everybody doing now that we've hit 2025? Have you started reclaiming your health? Where's everybody from in the chat? I would like to know. Please drop down. Where are you from? I want to know where I'm hitting. I am from the South. So how many people are actually from the South that need this live, that are actually sitting here like, yes, this is somebody, or share it with somebody that you know that needs this? Because majority of my work is online, or all my work is online. I do very little in person, but like if I'm out and about and I have somebody that takes interest in what I'm doing, because I talk about it a lot, it just kind of comes up in conversation. That's just kind of my life. And then they're in my city. Obviously, I help them out and they're in my city, but I have a lot of people that talk to me that are from out of state. So I would like to know, like, where is everybody coming from? Where are you from? Drop it in the comments for me, please. Let me know, guys. Where are y'all from? Where y'all from? Where's everybody from before we get started? And thank you guys so much for the gifts and the likes. I really appreciate it. Before we dive into the shocking facts about insulin resistance, where are you guys from? You're from Las Vegas. Hi from Las Vegas. Hello. I was there a couple of years ago and I really enjoyed it. I really loved my time and I want to go back because I didn't even get to do everything that I wanted to do. But hi from Las Vegas, how are you doing? Or from where I am to Las Vegas, how are you doing? We're going to get into the shocking facts about insulin resistance in just a minute. We're trying to let more people get in here. And for the people that have short attention spans that aren't going to pay attention nor need this live, I want them to leave, honestly and truly. Because there's so many people that come in and want to comment or troll and then they leave and they do nothing about their health. I want this for the people that actually want to help themselves heal, that actually want to change and deserve change. I don't want this for the people that are going to take this information, listen to it, and be like, oh, okay, and then go on about their day. I want this to be for the people that actually deserve change and they want change, and so they're searching for the education and the knowledge that they need to be able to start changing, the wisdom that they deserve and that they need. Because it literally talks about in Romans 12:2 how the fact that we should be daily renewing our mind, right? And so many people sit here and they do the same thing every single day but expect a different result, which is literally the definition of insanity. And then when you sit here and try to figure out why in the world everything is going to crap and you've been doing the same thing over and over again, it's because you didn't daily renew your mind. Because you're supposed to daily renew your mind to view what the Most High himself wants for you to be able to not only accomplish and to do that is in his sight, that is deemed what is it, perfect, deemed as I can't think of the other word that it was actually, like, because I read the Hebrew Bible, and so it has like more of words that we don't really use, more higher vocabulary words, and I really like how they put it in the Hebrew Bible, but I can't think off the top of my head exactly what it is, but what he deems is perfect basically is what is summed up. And so too many people are focused on, okay, well, the government official told me I can do this. Okay, they told me that I can do this, and they told me to do this. And you don't realize the fact that, are they the one who put you here and created you? Outside of your parent that birthed you here, they're not the one who actually physically put you. I mean, they're the one who physically brought you into this world, but they are not the one who literally manifested your soul and your entire being and created you from the ground up. Yes, they brought you here through the portal of earth, but they didn't actually give you your breath of life, putting you together, crafting you from the ground. And so y'all sit here and you do all these different things to honor these people that are on the earth, but you do nothing to actually honor the Most High Himself, who put you here and brought you here and gave you the ability to heal your body from the inside out. So when you realize these shocking facts about insulin resistance, you're really going to sit here and realize how much of a disservice we are doing to our body and how we have not helped ourselves. So let's really talk about what insulin resistance is. So insulin resistance is when your body stops responding to insulin. Obviously, it sounds very simple, easy, right? But it really is when a hormone in your body stops regulating, which is the hormone that regulates your blood sugar. So now it's your hormones are thrown off. And over time, this is going to lead you to having diabetes, because once you become insulin resistant, this is your body's sign to tell you that your hormones are off, right? Over time, this can lead you to have diabetes. This can lead you to developing heart disease. This can lead you to having cognitive decline, cognitive issues. This can lead you to having a number of different things of high blood pressure, you having kidney failure, liver damage, liver failure, you having different issues with your pancreas. All of these, all because you were insulin resistant. And people don't realize that this is a key factor and a sign, because when people develop high blood pressure, you know what y'all start blaming it on? The salt. Not saying salt is the greatest thing for you to have, but salt is literally there for taste. Y'all over salt, and that's a problem. But y'all blame every single thing on salt. Your high blood pressure, your heart disease, all these different things, y'all blame it on salt. You don't realize the fact that insulin has a play factor in this hormone dysregulation. Y'all are blaming the wrong thing, and you're not getting to the root cause because you're too busy sitting here listening to your doctor tell you, well, just lessen your salt intake, it'll be fine. But they didn't tell you the fact that, hey, you're insulin resistant, and so they tell you now to stop eating blueberries and don't eat apples because they're too high in sugar. But you're not listening to your body telling you the real issue is the fact that you eat cookies every single day. You drink all types of sodas, and you drink Kool-Aid and all these different things with all this different sugar in it. And then on top of that, you decide you want to start your day with a carb that is throwing off your balance. Really tap into the fact that over 80 million Americans right now are dealing with insulin resistance. This is just in America. Over 80 million Americans are dealing with insulin resistance. And it's not a national crisis. It's not breaking news. They're not throwing this in your face. 80 million Americans are dealing with insulin resistance, and nobody is really talking about it. Why is that? Majority of these 80 million Americans don't even know that they have insulin resistance. Majority of people that have insulin resistance around the world don't even know that they have insulin resistance, because the signs that are early signs to let you know that you're developing insulin resistance have either been dismissed or they're viewed as normal. A lot of y'all don't even realize the fact that when you were sitting there, for instance, this is a separate issue, but thinking about the fact of allergies, because I was told all my life I had severe allergies. A lot of y'all don't realize the fact that your allergies are not because you're allergic to pollen. And I mean natural allergies. I'm not talking about you being allergic to peanuts. I'm talking about you going outside and you having a sneeze attack, or you dusting and you having a sneeze attack. That's not because, oh, I'm just allergic to pollen. Oh, I'm just allergic to dust. No, that's your body's sign of telling you you're too inflamed on the inside. So when it comes in contact with something that's an irritant, like pollen can be, like dust can be, your body has nothing else to do but sit there and panic and fight, because it's viewing it as another toxin that your body has to fight when it already has to fight all these other toxins. So now it's panicking. And I'm speaking as somebody who used to get nosebleeds as a child because my allergies were that bad. Thank you for the gifts. I really appreciate it. So y'all are being told by these different doctors and these different people that, oh, you're just allergic to pollen. It's okay. Take your Zyrtec. Take your Benadryl. You'll be okay. But they're not telling you it's because you have an overload of inflammation and your body can't handle it. That's what allergies are. And I'm saying this as somebody who's been plant-based for 4 years now, and I no longer suffer from allergies. And when I do have a sign of like, okay, this could be allergies or sinuses, because when I first went plant-based, the first year and a half, I started to develop sinuses, and I never had issues with sinuses. And then I realized it was because I was still in the first year, I was getting off of dairy. I wasn't completely off of it, and that dairy was making my inflammation worse. So y'all don't really realize what this inflammation is doing to your body because you're not told. These doctors are sitting here and telling you a diagnosis because they're here to diagnose, and they're here to give you something as a momentary facade, a band-aid. They call it treatment. They call it treatment. They don't call it healing. They call it treatment for a reason. They're here to diagnose and to treat. They're not here to diagnose and to help you get rid of it. They're not here to diagnose and to heal. They're here to diagnose and to treat, which treatment is medication. Treatment is surgery. Treatment is band-aids. So when you get away from that mindset of thinking that your doctor is here to help you heal, you realize very quickly that yes, they can give you a diagnosis. You should go to the doctor and get everything that you need for a diagnosis, for you to get all these different tests run. If you need a test to know where your levels are at for your iron, your magnesium, all these blood tests, these different things. But when you get that, don't take their treatments. That's the difference. Start to learn how to heal. Don't just sit there and go, oh my God, I have diabetes. I have to sit here with it for the rest of my life. And then now you take insulin for the rest of your life and give them hundreds of dollars every single month. Because by 2030, I'm telling you, we're in 2025 and it's not too late, but by 2030, it's going to be a little late. At that point, the healthcare system is going crazy. At that point, it's going to be a whole lot of, oh my goodness, my insurance company doesn't cover this anymore unless I have a premium, and now I have to pay out of pocket for this. And you're going to be sitting here mad because you're having to pay all this money, or you can't afford your insulin. And in reality, you never had to go on the insulin, because if you would have taken that diagnosis and started to learn natural remedies and natural methods for you to heal, you wouldn't be dealing with the issues that you're going to be dealing with in 2030 if you keep doing what you're doing. If you keep going on the same path, and I promise you, this is not just something of me pulling it out of my butt. When you look at the 2030 agenda, they have an agenda on our health in the healthcare system. That's the reason why that they sprinkled that little crap in y'all's face last year of the fact that they were no longer going to cover anesthesia after a certain point that they viewed that the doctor should be done with surgery. That's the reason why they sprinkled it in your face and then snatched it back and was like, oh, they didn't like that. Because they have to get you accustomed to the bullcrap before they actually make it a law and set in stone. They're getting you accustomed and getting you're dipping their toe in it to get you accustomed to it. They're dipping you in just to show you what it's going to look like. And so then by 2030, there's no question at that point, they're going to look at you and they're going to be like, well, you should have known the way that was going, because you know we were in a health crisis, and you know what this is going on, and you know how this is fluctuating and all this different stuff. And that's all they're going to do is throw it in your face when you're crying to your insurance company because you can't afford it. Your insurance company is going to tell you, well, it was in your policy. Well, we warned you last year. We've been telling you since 2024. That's what they're going to do to you. So why keep sitting here going down the same path and being shocked later on? Instead, now take that shocking information that they gave you in 2024 at the end to sprinkle it in your face. Take that and realize that this is the way that we're going, because it's not going to get any better. It's not getting any better. They're even telling you it's not getting any better. They're literally projecting us to have another crash in our economic system, and they just don't know when. They're trying to prolong it. So why would you keep sitting here expecting things to get better when you know it's not? Because they're telling you it's not. How are you going to expect to be not only dealing with your financial stress, dealing with work and dealing with family and everything else, and then on top of that, your health being that factor too? Because right now, think about all the things that you have going on, and your health isn't on the front line. But can you only imagine if you hit 2030 and now they're telling you you've been diagnosed with type 3 diabetes, and you are now dealing with kidney failure, liver damage, all these different issues? Can you only imagine? It really and truly isn't just about balancing your blood sugar, but really think about it as a full, whole concept of the fact that your energy has been affected, your mood has been affected, and your actual hormones have been affected. Your entire life has been affected. So think about if all of this can be balanced just by you dealing with your hormonal imbalances, your insulin resistance will be healed. You'll be dealt with, it will be healed. Your energy will balance, and you will finally have the energy that you've been been looking for with coffee and energy drinks and all these different things. Your mood will be balanced. So you'll no longer be dealing with all this anxiousness, panic attacks, going in and out of depression episodes when it has to do with the fact that you're malnourished. And your life overall will improve because you won't be dealing with a lack of energy, mood swings, your imbalanced hormones. Really break that down and sit there and think about that. It's deeper than just your blood sugar. It's deeper. So you can't just keep sitting here and ignoring the warning signs that your body has been giving you, because your fatigue, your lack of energy, your mental fog, you dealing with all this anxiety and panic attacks, your mood swings, your PMS, your hormonal imbalances, all are different warning signs. And so you have to sit there and break it down for yourself. And if you can't do that for yourself, one, I'm here to help you break it down. And then two, I have so many different help me's that can support you in breaking it down. But stick with this live and we're going to break it down deeper. Okay? So how do you even know if you're dealing with insulin resistance? If you are sitting there like, okay, well, I don't really know if I have those issues. Let's really sit here and think about and break down the top signs of your insulin resistance and understanding. So these are 5 key signs that you're dealing with insulin resistance. First of all, persistent fatigue. We just talked about that. You're fatigued. You wake up tired all the time. You're sitting here throughout the day. You're tired. You have no energy regardless if you drink coffee. You cannot get rid of that feeling of the fact that you're just so tired. You're literally struggling to manage energy properly. And so every single day you struggle to try to figure out how you can make it through the day because you have no energy when you wake up. When you go to sleep, you have no energy. Or better yet, because I was one of those people who was tired all the way up until the time it was time to go to bed. And you know why? Because that whole like, okay, well, as soon as I hit the bed, I can't go to sleep, but I've been tired all day and I'm sitting here tired, but I can't go to sleep, is because your blood sugar is too high and your body is telling you, you can't go to sleep right now. I can't regulate. I can't manage. I need you to stay awake so we can stay alive. That's what your body is telling you if you don't know that. Same thing about getting up throughout the night back and forth to the bathroom. It's because your body's trying to flush all that sugar so that your body can stay alive throughout the night. Thank you for the likes. I really appreciate it. And I was one of those people who was up throughout the night constantly before I went plant-based, and I didn't understand why. And now that I have lived the life that I've lived for 4 years, I see it was because my blood sugar was spiked every single day and it was struggling to balance. Another sign, the second sign that we have, is weight gain, especially around the lower belly. Okay, let's talk about that. Women, we suffer from it a lot because we talk about how that's the hardest fat for us to get rid of. But in reality, you have to realize that if you have a weight fluctuation / weight gain and it's around the belly area, that's a dysregulation of your hormones. When you have issues with releasing that fat around that belly area and you cannot get rid of it, that's a dysregulation of your hormones. So if you have noticed a fluctuation of stubborn fat around that area and you just cannot get rid of it in your midsection and it won't go anywhere regardless of what you do, how much you work out, you feel like you do what everybody's telling you to do, you do diet culture, you restrict and all this stuff, and you still can't figure out how to get rid of it, this is your body's signal that you are dealing with issues of your insulin. A third sign of you having insulin resistance is you having intense sugar and carb cravings. When you are craving, especially in the AM, when you are breaking your fast, because that is literally what breakfast is breaking your fast. You break your fast with all this carbs, so you have all this bread, you have biscuits, and then you sit here and you put inflammatory jelly on it because it's not even natural jelly, it's a bunch of just processed preserves that have a whole bunch of processed sugar in it and different things. You are spiking your insulin with your fast break. You are literally breaking your fast by spiking your insulin. That's not good. Not only is that going to affect your energy levels, which is going to cause you to be fatigued throughout the day, but it's also going to cause you to sit here and throughout the day crave more sugar, crave more food, because you're not balancing with something that keeps you stabilized. And so this is literally going to throw off your biological signs and make your body be like, this is an issue. And then on top of this issue, hi, welcome in. This is going to cause issues with cravings. This is going to cause you crave it more. And this is going to cause you to have different issues with you emotionally eating. This is going to lead you down a path of consuming a bunch and not feeling full. And this is going to also cause more weight gain. The fourth sign that we're going to be talking about that is really like, okay, y'all sit here and y'all talk about how the fact that like you're mentally exhausted, and you sit here and talk about how, oh my goodness, like I can't focus, and you don't realize that this brain fog and this difficulty of focusing is because your mind is feeling cloudy and you're feeling like things cannot be simplified and fixed because your blood sugar is not regulating itself. You have a poor blood sugar regulation. This is connected to your insulin resistance. This is connected to your body literally sitting here telling you that, hey, the sugar is making you go crazy. Because that's what happens. Thanks for the 1.4K likes. I really appreciate it, guys. So let's break it down. They have plenty of scientific journals, but I was reading one scientific article that was talking about the fact that the link between sugar and the brain, and how sugar literally makes you develop dementia, because sugar makes you lose your mind, and that form of dementia shows up as Alzheimer's. Too many people are sitting out here not realizing that the deeper it gets with you consuming this sugar, is causing your brain fog to get worse, causing all these cognitive issues, and it's going to lead you to losing your mind, because sugar leads you to having Alzheimer's. So why in the world would you keep eating this sugar that is literally making you lose your mind, that is making you develop Alzheimer's? Sugar is a key factor in you gaining weight, losing your mind, and then on top of that, because Alzheimer is just a form of dementia. Do you know that dementia also shows up in the form of a stroke? Dementia shows up in different other forms. Like, I think, oh goodness, I can't think of it off the top of my head. Hold on. It was right down the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. It'll come back to me. But all of these different signs, because dementia has a broad range of different issues that are caused inside the body, but in the end, all of them is telling you that your body is unaliving and your organs are shutting down. Everything is panicking inside of you, and you have done nothing about it to support your body. So the fifth and final sign that is showing you that you have insulin resistance, that is pretty common, that a lot of people talk about, is dark patches on the skin. Around your neck, your underarms, your groin area, all of these are conditions that are signs of you being linked to insulin resistance. But let's talk about the fact that a lot of people don't talk about this one, skin tags. We like to talk about the fact, and I have a lot of women in my family that have skin tags. I started to develop skin tags. You can see these are freckles. I don't think you can see the skin tags. They're so tiny. But I started to develop the skin tags. And it went from like I didn't have any, none of them were showing. Like I didn't even have little tiny ones, to like I had a whole bunch of little ones. And so I was trying to figure out where were they coming from. I was trying to figure out like, okay, why does every woman in my family have them? Like it's, if things don't run in your family, it's genetics, right? So breaking that down. Oh, y'all didn't like that one. The people started leaving on that one. Y'all didn't like that one. I must have been speaking something on that. Okay, so we're going to keep talking about skin tags. Y'all didn't like that one, but this is the truth. This is the reality. Skin tags is an overload because your melanin is literally showing and coming up on the surface. And it's a sign when you have skin tags, is an internal sign that is showing externally through your melanin that there's an inflammation issue. What are one of the causes of you having inflammation? An overload of sugar. And so much so because we know that when you have the overload of sugar, you know, it causes acne, it causes different skin issues, it causes dark patches on your skin. You getting skin tags and you having skin tags is another sign of you being insulin resistant, especially how they showed up on me out of nowhere. Y'all have to think about it. When you start developing them out of nowhere, it's not the ones that, oh, this was a birthmark. I'm talking about the ones that just start popping up and you get them everywhere and you're trying to figure out where in the world all these skin tags come from. That's because your body is panicking and trying to show you really quickly, hey, you're insulin resistant, my girl, my guy. You need help. You need to release this. Thank you for the follows. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So it's going to burst a lot of bubbles and it's going to hurt feelings. That's why I said the numbers dropped when I started talking about skin tags and how it isn't running your family. People are sitting there like they don't want to hear that. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth. But I'm going to speak it because the Most High gave me this knowledge to not sit here on it, but to share it. Because at the end of the day, I give you plenty of free content for you to be able to change and to shift your life. And when you want to start learning how the strategies of how I've done it, really dive into what you need to do for yourself before 2020, before 2030. I don't know why I want to keep calling it 2020 30. I don't know what in the world. But before 2030, even you should have started last year. But at the end of the day, it's not the last day. It's not the end of the world that you haven't started. But you have to understand that like all of these signs are dysregulation. And our health is not getting any better, and our healthcare system is not going to keep supporting you the way that you think it will. The insurance companies, all of these different programs that they have that they're telling you like, oh, tap into this, get this, we're going to help you, give you all these incentives for signing up for this. It's not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same at all. These jobs are going to start giving you incentives because they're going to have to start cutting costs. They need you to be there. They need you to be healthy. So what are they going to do? They're going to start giving you incentives to starting to eat plant-based, starting to do these different things. So why not start now? Because y'all trust in these companies telling you you're going to get a bonus if you do X, Y, and Z. You trust in these different systems of, okay, if you do this X, Y, and Z, we're going to give you money. If you walk 10,000 steps with this app, we're going to give you $500 a year. If you do this every single day, we'll give you this. But when I tell you and sit here right here and tell you as a person who has healed their body, if you do X, Y, and Z and to support your body, you won't have to take your medication. You won't have to do this. Y'all look at me like I'm crazy. Y'all look at people and you're like, okay, but how are you going to do that? How do you walk 10,000 steps a day? You get up and you do it. How do you eat healthy? You get up and you do it. Like, you overcomplicate it. It can be simplified. It's not going to be easy for you to shift your habits, but it can be simplified. It's the thought process. It's very possible. It's how you sit here and think yourself into the impossible that you don't do anything about it. It's you sitting here believing that nothing can be done is going to make you not do anything about it. Because right here, right now, if your favorite celebrity told you, let's say it was a singer, it was an R&B singer that sat here and told you, if you show up here, right now, at this time, I'm going to give you merch, I'm going to give you free concert tickets, and I'm going to give every single person $100. Are you going to show up? Of course you're going to show up. They told you a location, they told you a time, they told you what you're going to get, you're going to show up. Like, oh, I get a free $100, I get merch, and on top of that, I'm meeting my favorite singer? Okay, bet. You're going to show up. So I sit here as somebody who's told you, I give you a guide into eating away diabetes. I give you plenty of free content on here. I help you be able to start helping yourself with whatever issue that you have going on. All you have to do is DM me. And you still sit here and you're trying to figure out how in the world I get protein. You're sitting here still trying to figure out how you heal yourself when I'm sitting here in front of you and there's plenty of success stories. And if you have not seen my transformation, it's pinned literally on my TikTok to see how my body has changed over the years. You have the evidence, you have the facts, and it's all backed up, and yet you're still trying to figure out. Butterfly, are you eating a plant-based lifestyle? Are you doing that? Because I know a lot of people I have quite a few people that have come to me talking about they want to gain weight, and they were eating plant-based. And if you need help with that, I can support you with that. I really can. But first I need to know what you're eating and how you're eating. So, signs that you have to watch out for, like we just talked about: skin tags, high blood pressure, irregular period. So your menstrual cycle should not be painful, nor should it be missed, skipped, whatever else. Because these are signs that you're having hormonal dysregulation, and a lot of times it's due to your sugar intake. Have you noticed any of these signs in yourself? For the people that are in here right now in the chat, have you noticed these signs for yourself? Because I was someone who dealt with that issue. Well, Butterfly, I can tell you, I cannot give you advice on gaining weight, on eating meat and bread and pasta, because that's not the healthy way for you to be able to do it. Even you eating a salad is great. But if you're still eating meats and you're still consuming dairy and in those aspects, that's not going to help your body heal itself. Because if you're trying to gain more weight, it's possible for you to do it on plant-based. I have a wonderful woman in my life who was skinny all of her life, super skinny all of her life. She gained weight around like in high school, but she never gained like too much weight. She just gained like she started to curve out, if that makes sense. So she even lost all of that weight going plant-based in the beginning because she wasn't eating enough. And now here she is, not only gaining all of that that curve weight back like she wanted to, but she looks way healthier, and she realized that in herself. Like, that was something that she learned for herself, that yes, I can be skinny, but at the same time, like, I need to be healthy skinny, and she looks amazing, looks absolutely amazing. I lost weight when I was sick a few years ago. Seeing that same person, she wasn't sick necessarily, but she went through a hard time. And so, as a lot of people either eat or they don't eat, and she lost a lot of weight during that time. Losing weight, and for you to do it gaining weight and for you to do it in a healthy space, I can only recommend it from a plant-based point of view. I cannot recommend it from you eating meat. But bread and pasta is not the way for you to go, because that's a carb overload. That is how you're going to lead yourself to having insulin resistance, like we talked about. But if you really want to learn how to gain weight in this aspect, there are plenty of plant-based proteins that I can help you out with. Just shoot me a DM, or if you are ready to start cooking plant-based meals that are going to support you, I do have a beginner plant-based cookbook that is linked in my bio. But for everybody that knows the signs now, so we talked about these 5 signs. We talked about persistent fatigue. We talked about weight gain. We talked about intense sugar and carb cravings. We talked about brain fog and difficulty focusing. We talked about dark patches on the skin. Are you dealing with any of those right now? For the people that are in the chat, for the people that are in the chat, do you have these issues right now currently? Are you dealing with them? Did any of them resonate? Are there anything that you know that is a sign that I didn't list? What's my thoughts on juicing? It needs to be organic and cold pressed if you're going to be juicing. If you're doing it for a cleanse, prepare yourself beforehand. I understand. I eat carbs, my heart rate goes up. Yes, carbs are going to affect you. It's literally a scientific fact that's the reason why carbs cause insulin resistance if you don't have a stabilizer. And so with my Eating Away Diabetes cookbook that we'll be talking about more at the end, but I'm going to give you a little like snippet, little tea in it. Eating Away Diabetes, to talk about all throughout that book stabilizers, because you have to have a stabilizer. That's the key when you're eating these different carbs, is the reason why that y'all get into insulin resistance from eating your bread and your pasta and all these favorite things that they don't talk about, because carbs are so bad for you, and that's what they talk about all the time. But the reason why the carbs are so bad for you is because you don't have a stabilizer. The carbs are so terrible, but you shouldn't eat carbs all the time. But the reason why when you do eat carbs, it affects you the way that it does is because not only obviously the gluten and how much gluten you have, because gluten is not good for you. It breaks down the stomach. It literally puts holes in your stomach lining, right? But it's also because of the fact that you have no stabilizer, which gives you no feeling, goodness, that was a tongue twister. No feeling, goodness, a tongue twister. As well as the fact that it also is not going to help you stabilize your blood sugar. And so you're going to eat more. As well as the fact that, because look, think about when you go to a restaurant. I'm getting ahead of myself. Think about how when you go to a restaurant and you sit down beforehand, right? Let's say the Cheesecake Factory, because they had the best bread. My favorite bread before I went plant-based, right? The little brown bread, that was my favorite. I would go to, you get bread, you get butter, you slather it all on it, you get about 2 baskets of it. If you're with multiple people, you probably have about 2 baskets. You probably eat like 2 to 3 pieces of bread, right? This is before, because you're like, oh, I'm going to fill up on this beforehand. So then that way I won't eat all my food, right? And then your food gets here, and then you're sitting there and you're possibly either still hungry, one, or you do fill up on it. And so then you're sitting here and you're like, okay, now I don't need to eat anything else. Not really. I'm not that hungry. Maybe you eat a side, whatever else. Let's say you were like me and you got the bread and pasta. So then the pasta now is also one of the carb. And then you have your chicken. Chicken's inflammatory, so it's not going to help you stabilize like you would like and like you would want it to. And so then now you've had 2 carbs. You have dairy sauce, and then you have on top of that a non-stabilizer, because this chicken isn't going to stabilize you but rather feed inflammation. So this is the reason why afterwards you're sitting there within 15 to 20 to 30 to an hour, oh, I'm still hungry, or you get a cheesecake afterwards. You had a big meal full of unstabilizers. You had a big meal full of blood sugar spiking meal. That's what you had. You had a blood sugar spiking meal. That's what I'm trying to say. Goodness. In reality, let's say you do want to eat some bread. Not saying that you go to them because theirs has dairy in it, but let's say you're out and you go to a place and you're like, you know what? This has vegan bread. I want some bread. So now I got bread. Boom. Okay, you know that you have bread. You're at a vegan spot, or let's say you're cooking at home. You get you a stabilizer. like you a healthy protein like chickpeas. Boom, that's going to help you stabilize. Okay, now on top of that, I have my vegetables mixed in. Okay, maybe I do want some pasta. So I'm going to put some broccoli. I'm going to add some different vegetables in here. I'm going to make sure my sauce is a non-dairy sauce that's made from different stabilizers. Like for instance, I have a plant-based cheese sauce that you can literally make in different forms. So you can make it more than just a cheese sauce. You can make it into a queso. You can make it in different ways, okay? This doesn't have to just be, you can make it into Alfredo as well. It's a matter of seasonings. So boom, now you just made an Alfredo sauce that's from a stabilizer, because nuts are a stabilizer as well as chickpeas, because that's a healthy protein. Now you have two different stabilizers on top of your vegetables inside of that. So yes, it's okay for you to eat pasta and bread. Do you see the difference? But it's a matter of you knowing how to do these things for yourself, because when you don't know, you just eat. That's the difference. When you don't know how to stabilize and you've been told that it's okay for you to eat this, because the My Plate tells you, you can have carbs, you can have bread, you can have pasta. It's okay as long as you get your dairy and your meat with it. But they don't tell you that these are inflammatory and they don't stabilize you. You don't have to be nervous to eat. You just need the education to help you start being able to do that. If you are hungry after eating frequently, that's because you have no stabilizer. Because you have to be able to get a healthy amount of proteins, fiber, healthy fats, all in the meal to be able to make you feel full and to stay full longer, as well as the fact that it releases those cravings. So when you sit here and you eat these stabilizers and you have sugar cravings or you have different cravings after you eat and then you still feel hungry, it's because you didn't have the things that satisfy your receptors, which turn off the cravings, if that makes sense. Because even afterwards, let's really sit there and break it down. Even afterwards, you still might want to crave sugar. Like you still might sit there and be like, you know what, I kind of want something sweet. But the key is you can sit there for 5 to 10 minutes and that craving will go away, versus you sitting there for 5 to 10 minutes and then at 30 minutes and then now you're sitting there upset because you're mad because you want some sugar. You're really sitting there thinking about it. It's all on your mind. It's taking you to the point where now you're in the refrigerator, opening, closing, looking around the cabinet, trying to find something. And you know that you didn't need any sugar, so you didn't buy any sugar. So now you're trying to craft something up in your brain. That's the difference between having a craving and being stabilized, so then that craving goes away, versus you not stabilized, so then you're hungry, so that your brain is sitting here panicking. And so inside of your brain is sitting there telling you, you need more sugar, because you've literally sit here and thrown off your blood sugar to the point where your body is flushing all the sugar that you should be converting into energy, because the glucose should be converted into energy, right? But now your body's not converting anything to energy, but it's just flushing because it has all these sugars and overload that it cannot use. So then now it's sitting here saying, toxins need to be flushed. Get rid of it. Forget energy. Forget all of this that I'm supposed to be doing. It has to flush it because your blood sugar is too high. If not, you're going to literally unalive. This is the fine line between you knowing how to take care of your body and doing it correctly versus not knowing how to support your body and take care of it. And it's okay that you weren't taught these things and you didn't know beforehand, because I didn't know before I went plant-based, but I started to educate myself. When I started educating myself in 2020 and shortly went plant-based afterwards, I realized how unstable my habits were, and I realized very quickly, oh, this is why I was sitting there dealing with all these issues with my painful menstrual cycle. This is the reason why that I was sitting here dealing with all the fatigue and all this, is because my hormones were literally thrown off from my insulin. Too many people are out here suffering, not realizing that your insulin is the key factor to you having issues with your body shutting down, dysregulation, and you being tired. Because all of these different diseases that you develop, all these symptoms, all these illnesses, is your body's way of telling you things are shutting down because you're blocking me too much. If you don't know, sugar literally coats your organs. It literally coats your organs. So, let's talk about what's at stake. This is so crucial that we have to address the fact that when you're ignoring your insulin resistance, obviously it's going to lead you to diabetes, but that's not the only thing that it's going to lead you down. Not only is it going to lead you to having diabetes, but it's also going to lead you to a number of different health issues outside of diabetes. No, it's not because you have low blood sugar. It's because you have blood sugar dysregulation. That's the problem. Low or high blood sugar is a sign that, in fact, that it's dysregulation. That means it's literally a dysregulation inside of your body. Something is off. Something has been thrown off. And something gets thrown off is the actions that you have. So what have you eaten? What have you done that throws off your blood sugar? So when you sit here and you don't do anything about your insulin resistance, it's going to lead you to having more than just diabetes, because it's going to lead to a cascade of health problems. So you're going to have different issues like heart disease. You could develop and have a stroke. You can have kidney failure. You can lose your vision. You can lose limbs. You can literally have nerve damage that makes you lose limbs. The list goes on and on. All because you dysregulated your insulin. All because your blood sugar has been thrown off for years on end. But the thing about it is, there is something that you can do about it. And the good news is that insulin resistance is completely reversible and manageable. Not manageable. What is the word? What is it? Preventable. That's the word I was thinking of. And preventable. Even if you don't catch it early, it's great for you to catch it earlier. But even if you don't catch it early, it is preventable as well as it is curable. Healing is possible, and that's what I'm here to help you be able to do and to teach you how to do. Help your body be able to reset itself so that it can heal from the issue that you have going on. Thank you for the follow. So, breaking the cycle of you being insulin resistant and claiming your health starts with you diving deep into why diabetes has happened. Why this has happened to you, and then it gives you the how to prevent it or how to reverse it, how to get rid of this so that you no longer are suffering, right? If you are feeling stuck, it is possible for you to be able to do this without feeling overwhelmed, tired. If you're feeling stuck right now, that is not your end all be all that you're going to be stuck forever, because I want you to know that change is possible and you can do this for yourself, for anybody else in your life that needs to see the change, that wants to change, but they don't know how to get started. It is possible. You don't have to sit here and let insulin resistance and diabetes control your life, dictate what you do, where you go, how you do it. Dictate your wallet, because in the end, that's what it's going to start doing. It's going to start controlling your wallet as well as your schedule and your time, because you have to go back and forth to the doctor, or you have to take this shot, or you have to do these different things. My cookbook, Eating Away Diabetes, is more than just a cookbook. It has over 50 pages of just essential knowledge of breaking down insulin resistance and diabetes and going through your A1C, talking about diet culture, and showing you how you've gotten to this place. It also gives you delicious recipes that are going to help you be able to eat away diabetes and to heal your body from the inside out and regulate your blood sugar and understanding stabilizers. And it's also giving you a bonus in the back, which gives you different types of plans to help you be able to prepare and to prep, far as you having different recipes, you understanding how to support yourself with natural medicines and different things that help you with your success on your health journey, okay? For the first 5 people, they not only get that, but they also get a limited edition bonus to that added, that is going to give you a walkthrough plan guide that is going to be your grocery list, if that makes sense. That is going to help you be able to grocery shop for these things, and by the end of it, truly be supported. Because if you are ready to take control of your health, now is the time. It's not time for you to wait. It's not time for you to sit here and be like, okay, well, guess what? I'm just going to first stop eating all of this, and then I'm going to go to the gym, and then afterwards I'm going to get this together. How many times have you said that? How many times have you started a resolution of the beginning of the year that you're going to start doing this? How many times have you sat here and said, well, I'm going to do this diet and it's going to work and it's going to fix? No, it's not. It hasn't, and it won't. And you know why? Because these are not changing your habits. These are momentary facades that are not leading you down the path of actually supporting your body and healing in the correct space. So if you are ready for that and you want to grab your copy of Eating Away Diabetes and you want to learn more, the link is in my bio for you to learn more. And then you can click the buy now button and you can go ahead and get it for yourself, and you will get that extra added limited time bonus. Because this is your chance to not only, as we are entering into 2025, to step into the space of you learning how to help yourself heal naturally, but also using and having the tools that help you thrive. So that you're no longer sitting here doing this year after year to yourself, but actually getting to the space of helping your body heal and knowing how to do that. So before I take questions and I end this out, I would like to take questions. Excuse me, I said that backwards. So please drop your questions down below, because this conversation I know is going to help plenty of people, the people that are in here right now, as well as the people that watch this later on YouTube, because I do post all my lives on YouTube. So if you have missed this full live and you want to catch the full thing, it will be posted on my YouTube, because not only do I want you to be able to get all the free content and all my lives on there, but I also want you to have the foundation that allows you to be able to start your health journey, the foundation for your health in everything, more than just diabetes, but everything, because the content that I give you really does just spread out across all, because at the end of the day, we're focusing on using food as your medicine, not just take this tincture, get your iron from this supplement, do this, but rather understanding that, okay, breaking down stabilizers, healthy proteins, healthy fats, and giving you a guide into eating a rainbow plate so that you can truly see how you help your body heal, starting with food. This is how you start with a healthier, brighter 2025. This is how you start your health journey on the correct foundation. This is how you take care of yourself for the rest of your life. So what questions do you guys have for me before I hop off? I really appreciate everybody that has been here for this live. Thank you, thank you. What questions do you have for me about insulin resistance, helping your body heal, natural healing and support, overall understanding? What questions do you guys have for me? Thanks for the follows. I really appreciate it. And thanks for all the likes, everybody. We hit 1.4K this time. Thank you, thank you. What questions do you guys have for me? And like I said, if you missed this live, it will be posted on YouTube. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube or followed me on my other socials, go on ahead and follow me. They're linked in my bio. Go click the link in my bio, so that way if they do take TikTok away from us, you have me. You know where I am. If you're on my email list, you will know where we will be going live afterwards. I'm thinking about a number of different things because I really don't like Instagram live, so I'm thinking about possibly the Purple app. This starts with a T. If you do not know, like I said, get on my email list and you will find out. We will be emailing beforehand to figure out what we will be doing. But also you get my Wellness Wednesday information on there. So if you are on my email list, every single Wednesday you were emailed something for Wellness Wednesday. Does your content help with IBS and etc.? Yes, overall, yes, because it's using food as your medicine. So it's going to help you be able to balance your gut as well, which will help you heal from IBS. Yes, I never suffered from IBS myself, but I did have gut-related issues, and a lot of people don't realize that they have it outside of just like getting diagnosed with IBS, because if you're eating gluten, you probably have a gut issue. If you are dealing with different issues of going to the bathroom and you don't do it regularly, aka every single time you eat regularly, is not just once a day. That's every single time you eat something. Every time that you eat something and you're drinking water, you should be going to the bathroom. So if you're not doing that, more likely than not, you have a gut issue. So dealing and healing with IBS is dealing with the gut issue. When you heal your gut, you also heal your brain. So they're directly connected. So yes, I do help with IBS. Yes, that is something that will be dealt with and healed. What other questions do you guys have for me before I get off? What questions about healthy healing, any issues that you have going on with the body, understanding insulin resistance, diabetes? What questions do you have? And you are so welcome. Everybody is so welcome that is in here. Thank you guys for showing up, for being here, comments. Thank you for the likes. Thanks for the gifts for everybody who has gifted. I truly appreciate it. And now I have to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to give you guys one more minute. If I don't see any questions, I'm going to go potty. Is your YouTube the same name? I think my YouTube is plant-based lifestyle strategist, but it is linked on my bio. So you can just literally click my picture and it's linked. Not in like the link tree, but it's literally linked on my bio. Like I think you click, it might be the Instagram sign or something. Click that and it's just like YouTube and it'll take you directly to it. But I think it's a plant-based lifestyle strategist. Either that it's like Kendra plant-based lifestyle strategist or something. I don't have my YouTube pulled up. I usually do. Oh yes, I do. No, just kidding. No, I don't. That's not YouTube. You're so welcome. Y'all are so welcome. What other questions do you guys have for me? Before I get off and use the bathroom, what other questions do you have for me? I don't know what videos we have scheduled for this week either. I need to look, because if we don't have any videos scheduled for this week, this video will be going out this week. If not, it'll be going out next week. But all my past lives will support you too. We've been talking about diabetes and insulin resistance for quite a while, healing the gut, all of that. Check out my plant-based mastery playlist. That'll support you. What other questions do you guys have for me before I get off? Thank you for everybody that's shown up. Thank you for the people that are consistently in here. I really appreciate it. I try to get on here around this time on Sundays, but if I don't come on Sundays, it's Mondays. It's either Sunday or Monday. And then in between the week, I usually try to get on Fridays. But it's been kind of weird. So I'm trying to get a set schedule for me going live so I can tell people. But like I said, if you are on my email list, you know every single time I go live, you get my Wellness Wednesday emails, and you will know where we go if they ban TikTok. So get on my email list so you do not miss any of the content that I give you. If you are subscribed to my YouTube, you get all of the past lives from last year and then this year as well, because I think I started going live last year for the first time. So you will see all the past lives from last year. You can check those. I hear people tell me all the time they binge watch them. So you can check those out. I'm not seeing any more questions. So I am going to get off. If you have any questions that you don't want to ask here in the chat that feel personal, you don't want to ask in front of everyone, you can DM me always. Please DM me if you have any questions. Feel free. If I have something that I can refer you to, I will. But like I said, if you want to get that Eating Away Diabetes cookbook because you know it will support you or somebody else, it's more than just a cookbook. It's literally a breakdown of how you can eat away diabetes and support your body, as well as it also gives you natural medicine in that. So it's really going to help you and support you. Hold on, let me get this. It's asking me to verify myself. But I'm not seeing any more questions, so I'm gonna hop off. Subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on Instagram, on Facebook. I think that's all the socials that I can think of off the top of my head, and obviously here on TikTok, and hopefully they don't take it away from us, but if they do, it's been fun. But we will be going live multiple times before then. Before the 19th, we'll be live, and I will go live that day to let people know where we're going, to figure out what's happening, if I'm going to get a VPN, all that different stuff. Who knows if we can, who knows what they're going to do. We can't tell the future. I'm just here to prepare for it. So I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday. I hope you have a great start to your week, and I will see you again sometime next